Greetings everyone and welcome to another traditional draft of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And okay, this is quite strong pack, and yeah, it does have 4 uncommons, and I think the reason is that every pack is guaranteed to have a saga. Some of them will be commons, of course, but when it's an uncommon, it either always is a fourth uncommon or well, maybe they will still can possibly be 3, but don't be too amazed by seeing 4 uncommons in one pack. Here I could take the mind link mech. It's something I'm interested in trying, but also Kappa Tech Wrecker is amazing and Life of Toshiro Umezawa is very good. The Noriko Yamazaki is also good, so there are 4 first pickable cards in here. Maybe I should just try rare. It is a flying 4/3 crew 1 3 mana. Yeah, I take the rare because it's early in the format. I want to play the rares. The commons were not quite on par with the uncommons and rare. Why would someone not take this thing? 4 mana 4/4 flying trample. That's all you need for limiters to make a card extremely good. Then this has pretty relevant death triggers. I mean, you get to choose from the 2 options. Of course, I'll take it. I just don't understand. Someone took an uncommon. Someone took an uncommon there. Let's say if the rare was something bad, I would just take the Born to Drive and try to get the blue-white, vehicle deck, which might not be the best thing ever, but would be nice to try. But of course, I'll take I'll take this mythic rare for my collection anyway, so that's like there's no question about it. But of course, it's just the best card in the pack, and I'm sure it's better than the uncommon the person took, but maybe they wanted to force certain archetype. Alright, so this is also very good. For 4 mana, you get to first bounce something. I mean, of course not great for 4 mana, but then you get to draw a card or return an artifact from your graveyard, so you get the card back, and then this just becomes a 3/3 creature with an ability that could be interesting. But yeah, it's going to be the pick here, quite easily actually. Seismic Wave is also very decent, so I would easily take the Seismic Wave as the second card here, but I think the Inventive Iteration is the better option now. But yeah, very interesting pack. Something good for my colors. I hope to be blue-red, of course, given that I have picked these whole rares here at the start of the draft. Well, now this pack doesn't no longer have any rare, and I have to figure out what to do. So this thing copies one of the things that crew did. But it's a 4/3 flyer anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not taking the Goshintai here. High speed hoverbike. No. I don't actually know what's the best card here. The red and blue cards aren't actually that interesting. I might even take the Invigorating Hot Spring, or maybe I'll take the hoverbike actually. Because I mean, I do want to play those blue cards. I'll take the hoverbike. I think it's good enough. But I do need some ways to crew those things. Well, there's a voltage surge. Yeah, let's take it. The other options being not necessarily this thing, Tamiya's completion. Well, no, this is just better than the other options. And how about this? This pack has the very nice white double strike for 2/2 double strike for 3 mana is great. This also has the random ninjutsu ability. I guess you can use 1 extra mana sometimes to have a surprise 4 damage coming up from an unblocked attacker. Anyway, I think I like the sling here because it's good at crewing these crew 1 vehicles, and it's a one drop here. So it doesn't really ask much. Yeah. Not sure if the Ronin is the thing I want to play in this deck. Probably not. Here, okay, Moon Circuit Hacker, Cover Technician. So this could put 2 mana or cheaper artifacts, but it is a 3 mana 2/4. Okay, I will play that. Red blue could be like a little bit of an artifact focused deck anyway. Reality Heist. Now, sadly, my artifact count, no, it is actually 4. How is that possible? Oh, because I have 4 artifacts. That's how it's possible. I guess I can take this. I mean, it's not a great card, but it's something I'm willing to try. Rather than I guess the disruption protocol is good, but I'm willing to try it if I do find a lot of artifacts in the end. Now, Skyswimmer Koi is probably the pick over the Towashi Songshaper. I want to have 2 drops, but I'll take the Koi. It's quite good with artifacts, of course. Okay, now I can take this Steelbreaker, but that's all the 4 drops I need. The Mythic Dragon and then a couple of commons. I don't need any more 4 drops, but Automated Artificer is exactly what I want to have in this deck. Okay, so I could be blue-red artifacts. Mnemonic Sphere. Well, it's better than the options. Kindled Fury. The Aki War Paint is just, I think it's just quite bad. I don't think I'm gonna play the Kindled Fury in this deck either, but the War Paint is just pretty horrible. Okay, there's a Spell Pierce. This is actually best of 3 draft. Spell Pierce, I could see sideboarding that in easily. Probably not going to play it with it in the main deck though. Okay, the Reality Chip. Another Cover Technician. No red burn or anything. Yeah, well, probably this is good. It is, slow, but the good thing about this thing is that you may look at your top card of your library at any time. So you know when you have a good thing to play it from there, so you don't have to commit to the reconfigure before you know that now you have a thing that you can still play after paying for the reconfigure cost. It's also an artifact creature, so is this, but I don't think this is such a good card in the end. I'll take the 2 mana 04, which can, make me have cards, extra cards. Alright, I think I will value all the artifacts now very high. But this pack has, which means I'm not playing the Tempered in Solitude. This doesn't really suit the deck that well. But is the Puzzle Maker better than the Dragon Spark Reactor? I think I do like the Puzzle Maker quite a bit, but this can just be pretty insane when you get to play this along. I mean, of course, on turn 2 it's very good, but if you have just a high artifact count, this should be quite good usually. So I'll take this thing rather than the 3-drop here. Okay. I definitely have my colors being very open here. There's Rapid Battery, but there's actually the Swift Water Cliffs too, which is quite important when you have these double casters. Atsushi is a double red, and this hopefully costs less than 7 mana, so also a double caster at 7 mana. Of course, that's not a concern, but if I have like 3 artifacts, this will be a 4 mana double caster. Yeah, the Rabbit Battery is definitely good, but it's also at the same time maybe not the kind of card I need too much in this deck. It is good though, crewing my vehicles. Okay, fine, I'll take the battery. Fine, I hope I get the lands back, because I really wanted to have the land. And you can see I almost picked it. Alright, Network Disruptor. Well, it's not that good, because I have 1 ninja here. But the Steelbreaker, that's a lot of force I have here. A lot of force. I have even, the Inventive Iteration is a 4-drop too. Yeah, I don't think I can play another Steelbreaker anymore. I'll take the artifact here. Now there's a Moonsnare Specialist too, but it is not an artifact. And it's a 4 mana if you have to hard cast it, and I have a really heavy 4-drop slot already. Okay, now that's a lot. I would not mind having the Artificer here, but the Voltage Surge is the pick here quite easily. I'm gonna cut the Kindled Fury right away. I know I'm not gonna play that. So how about this pack? Don't think the Moon Snare prototype is something I want to play. It does have a channel option. When you don't need the mana anymore. But I might take the Mirror Cell crap actually. If I get more discounts, or not discounts, but you know, ways to produce mana for artifacts. And I can always use it as a 3 mana counter spell. I like the crap here. Let's take it. Another crap though, not necessarily what I want to have here. Kami of Industry. You have to sacrifice the thing. Of course, if you didn't have to, it would be an amazing card. So I'm happy there's that clause there. Iron Apprentice. I don't think I'm playing multiple of those craps. I'll take this because it's a cheap artifact, but I'm maybe looking to play something else than that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to play all the 1-drops, but who knows? Maybe I will. Okay, this pack has another Dragon Spark reactor. Well, let's go all in with these things. Well, this is a pack that isn't too interesting. Aura or Shrine card. Do I have any auras? No, only one Saga. The Incision, the Peerless Samurai can, make my expensive cards a little bit cheaper. It's not gonna be the Discover the Impossible. Fine, let's take the thing that can give me a discount. Okay, the Tempered in Solitude came back. Don't know though if I want to play it in this deck. Attacks alone. Now I'll play the Suit Up. Probably as a sideboard card. It's a completely cuttable card from the main deck. Okay, this is what I was really hoping for, to get the cliffs back. Now I'm gonna take it over there. I would play Disruption Protocol in this deck, but now I want to have the mana fixing. That's really good that it came back. So I got the card, the non-land card from that pack, and the land that I almost picked right away. This won't matter. Okay, there is now a Disruption Protocol, but there's also an Experimental Synthesizer, although maybe it's not so great for my deck. I don't want to use 3 mana to make the Vigilance things, and I don't really have ways to sacrifice. I don't at least think. Okay. I won't be playing all this stuff because it's already 24 cards, and I assume I'll find some playables from pack 3, but at least I am, I think, in the correct colors. So am I going to play the Moon Circuit Hacker? Simian Sling. I don't think the Shattered Stage Era is what I want to be doing in this deck. It's actually quite obviously not the card I'm gonna pick. 15 artifacts currently. Reinforced Ronin. Do I need 2-drops? I actually would want to have 2-drops, but this pack doesn't have. I don't really want to play multiple slings here. Let's take the Moon Circuit Hacker. The rare, by the way, was amazing. Sadly, not in my colors. Okay, Behold the Unspeakable. That has to be the pick. It's not an artifact, but I don't actually have anything at 5. I can play one. And maybe I get the Towashi Songshaper. It's the kind of 2-drop I could play in this deck. It's I did have a deck with 5 of these. They didn't impress me too much, although I had some mana issues in that event, but still, I don't hold this in very high regard. I'll take, of course, now the Behold the Unspeakable anyway. I'm just thinking that I might still play it in this deck for curve reasons if I get it back from this pack. Okay, another one of those. Jeez. I can't not take it. I have to take it, right? I might cut actually based on, if I take it, I'm gonna need a reality heist here. I'll play these unspeakable things instead. And here. Runaway Trashbot. Oh, that's an automated artificer. How good that's gonna be? Don't know. I think the trash pot can be quite good. I have enchantments and artifacts. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Let's see how good it is in reality. Another Dragon Spark Reactor. Yeah, it's very sweet. I might even play 3, but I'm not gonna pass on the Mecha Note. It gives discounts on so many of my cards. That's an easy pick. Plus, it is also a 2 mana 2/2 flyer, which is unlimited, actually quite good by itself. But yeah, I have already 2 reactors. The third one might be a little bit too much. So easy pick here. Acquisition Octopus. This is just the card drawing thing. Reconfigured to. I have 1 Disruption Protocol, don't I? Yes, I don't think I'm playing 2. So explosive entry for the sideboard. I don't have any of those yet. I think the Octopus is interesting, but also not that amazing. I have some flyers, but I'm not sure how many of them I'm playing. I like the sideboard card more since I have way more than enough cards here already. Now this Thirst for Knowledge. I mean, this is the deck for it. I have so many card draw effects though. I'm still taking it. It's too good to pass up when you have so many artifacts. Alright. Yeah, there's a Song Saber. This is not the one I saw earlier because this is pick 8, the last card. Last pack I haven't seen yet in this draft. Yep, let's take a 2-drop. And then I have do I even know I have the 2 5-drops already? I'll just hate pick the Splinter here. Okay, I guess the Song Saber is now. I do want to have a higher artifact count here. I have a lot of cards that care about them. Yep. Only cult annuals. Oh, there's also an Intercessor's Arrest this late in the draft. Am I gonna play 2 Disruptors? I don't think I am actually. It's better when you have actually multiple ninjas. I'll take the uncommon. I know it's a best of 3 event, so you could sideboard into in 1, but probably not. Alright, I don't think the Ronin thing is good, but this is more like a sideboard card. I have so many 4-drops that the Futurist Sentinel is not something I'm planning to play in the main deck, but it's in some cases possibly something you want to sideboard into, especially against green that has those 5/5 sagas. Guardians of Obora. Well, if I need a 3/4 there, I guess I can do that. Okay, I think this will stay in the sideboard quite easily here, and I will cut like 10 cards. Oh, I've got so much card draw. I'm gonna just cut the Reality Heist no matter what. I'll play the crap because it has a 3 mana option, and then yeah, all the 4-drops will be played. The 5-drops too, and then start the cuts. Currently it's 20 artifact. 20 artifacts. So I don't want to cut too many of them, but let's start with stuff like Suit Up. The Peerless Samurai is kinda okay because it can make these 5-drops happen on turn 4, for instance. Prototype. Untapped artifact or creature. I just don't see playing it. Doesn't even add colored mana. If it did, that would be maybe a different story, but just colorless, so cut it. And then I will cut probably the Iron Apprentice. I don't think I have a lot of things that care about modified things, no. I can play the Flyer if I play the Moon Circuit Hacker, but the question is, do I play it? And do I play the Mnemonic Sphere either? I know I'm cutting a lot of artifacts suddenly, but I have a Thirst for Knowledge and 2 Behold the Unspeakable, so I don't exactly need to draw more cards, but this has the channel option. But is it worth putting into a deck? It takes space from the deck. Yeah, I think the Moon Circuit Hacker is probably not what I'm looking to play in this deck, unless I need the 2-drop. But I have here 2-drops. One, well, not counting the vehicles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the 04. Yeah. Moon Circuit Hacker is just because the creature type is wrong. I don't care about enchantments in this deck. Well, the Transport cares, but it also cares about artifacts. The counterspell, I guess I can have it. Do I play the Sling? That's something I'm thinking about cutting. It does give +1/+1 to the equipped creature, but so does this, and this is much better. I care about haste more than the ping ability, and this reconfigure cost is 2. Here it is. Well, this requires a colored mana, but it's only 1 still. I think the Sling can be cut. But if I don't play my ninja, do I play my... Well, I don't play the sphere here. I guess I can't have it taking space from the deck because I have still, what, 3 cuts and 34 cuts because I'm definitely playing 17 lands with this amount of card draw. Yeah, that said, I think the Peerless Samurai, even though it can give some discounts, it's also not a relevant creature, or I mean, relevant card type, because it doesn't have the type line artifact. So I'm gonna cut it. Currently it is 17 artifacts still. Do I want to play 2 of these artificers? They can't add mana for the 5 drops, and it only adds mana to 1 of the 4 drops. Well, that makes it a lot worse. Actually, I'm maybe cutting them and both of them, and then playing after all the Moon Circuit Hacker. But yeah, maybe the Sling just... Yeah, I will cut the Sling. The Disruptor is now a bit different. Because I do have the couple of ninjas here, this Hacker and the Technician. And this one power creature still can crew both the hover bike and the mindlink mech, which is worth something. And it's an artifact which I can discard to, for example, Thirst for Knowledge. So currently it's only 14 artifacts anymore, but it's still like over a third of the deck. But there's one more card left. Well, that's a tough one. Kinda don't want to cut an artifact here. Is the Moon Circuit Hacker then? But the thing is, if I cut the Moon Circuit Hacker, I kinda want to cut the Network Disruptor too, but I don't want to be too low on creatures because I do have 2 vehicles in the deck. Now these things will turn into creatures, which doesn't show in this count here. So it's 15 now, unless there's even something else. Yeah, this will also turn into a creature, so 16 actually. Yeah, I like the counterspell. I have 2 counterspells. I will try those. This is a 17 land deck, so I will be cutting a card. So let's see. Maybe I can do this. Because I don't have to, you don't have to play one big artifact during a turn to make this card good. You can just play, for example, on turn 3, 2 2-mana artifacts with help of this Artificer. So I'm actually thinking about cutting the Disruptor and the Moon Circuit Hacker and then putting back one Artificer. Maybe this is the kind of build I want to have here. And this is actually more card draw too. Well, it doesn't draw cards, but kind of a similar effect. You get access to extra cards with this thing, so I shouldn't be running out of cards with this deck. Flooding out isn't gonna be a problem. This actually could be an 18 land deck, but probably this is good enough. Yeah, there actually are quite a few 2-mana artifacts. I can put to the battlefield. I mean, or 1 mana. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 things I can put with this. Also, it could be more if I put the rapid battery on it. So this is now, yeah, the final artifact count is 14, which is relevant for the Dragon Spark reactors, especially also, of course, for the Thirst for Knowledge. And the color balance is very even here. I think this is the main deck, at least. I, of course, will be able to sideboard in this best of 3 event. Yeah, I will do it like this. So it's gonna be an 8-8 basics with the Swift Water Cliffs. Eight here. I haven't used this art yet, although it's not my favorite, but still I have used these red lands. Both are very nice actually. Let's take the city version here. So this is the main deck. Seems quite strong actually, but I haven't enough experience from the format to actually tell that if this is actually a good deck or not. Okay, oh, that's gonna be a keep. If the opponent allows, doesn't really pressure me too much, and I have a Voltage Surge that can help there, I can start with double Dragon Spark reactors, which are going to be, I might even win with these only. Do they have a 1-drop? This format can have a lot of 1-drops, although there's some sagas too. The black common 1-drop is a saga, so Voltage Surge doesn't help against that, but now opponent is... No, I have to pause the recording now. Okay, so they played the planes there and didn't do anything else, so I'll play my reactor here. Now, of course, I could not draw any lands here, and that would be horrible. But hopefully that's not the case. This is 4 mana to activate. Okay, that can eat a Voltage Surge, but now it really happened the way I didn't want it to happen, but... I mean... My cards in hand are good, I just need the lands for it. Yeah, this can... Well, I just need a 2-4 now, I think. I don't care about the lifelink actually. I just care about playing my spells. Well... I guess the 1 mana spell was still an okay one to draw. Yeah, this is gonna be a 4-3. Come on, deck. No. I want to use these burn spells on my turn, so if they have a pump effect, at least they don't benefit from the pump effect then. But yeah, I kept a 2-lander, haven't drawn a land yet. And I'm down to 13, will be going to 10 now. Yep. This is how you lose. Keep 2-landers, don't draw lands. And this is of course just something I can be able to deal with the dragon here, but I'm taking here 4 damage now. The problem is I'm taking so much damage here because I was stuck early in the game. And then they will get the 2/4 flyer. Well, this connects. I mean, if it connects, I can put the mechan out on the battlefield. So there's that. But then this is not going to block this guy. I guess I will play the trash bot, which can block it. Okay, let's try it. Okay. I did get value from that thing. And I get the blocker for the exemplar here. The discount doesn't matter too much. I know it would be tempting to play the thirst for knowledge, but I want to have the 0/4 here. I don't actually want to block with the 2/2. I just need any land to play the Atsushi. And you know, also to activate the reactors. It's an 0/4 for now, but okay, are they missing the second color? Okay, if they want to use a card to deal with the trash bot. The other option is, of course, to block with the mechan out. I think they have a card of some kind though. So which one I do want to lose? I like the discount here, so let's do it like this. And then I will have the 2/4 to block too. Okay, they are thinking. I mean, if they have nothing, I wasn't gonna take 3 here. That's kind of obvious here. So I assume they have something, otherwise the attack doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. And yes, I did draw the land, so now this is good. Because if I draw another land, I can play the Beholder. Yeah, this could be just and I can, if this dies, I get to make the treasure tokens, which I definitely will make in this case. Also, the treasure tokens will trigger these Dragon Spark reactors. Okay, they can make a counter, but I can double block the Moth still. I mean, I can still block with just the Blazing Sky thing. Okay, they did have they were missing a land here, so can they tap down the Blazing Sky with the Tamiya's completion? Or what's the name of the card there? Because I would want that if the Atsushi goes away, it goes away by dying, not by being dealt with some. Okay, they have a bouncy here. Okay, well, I can take the 2 here. It's gonna be a little annoying. I'm not gonna jump block that though. Doesn't seem it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now with the with these I just should give them -2, -2, -0, right? I could attack with this, but it's. Can they? Well, they can keep a counter, so I think I should leave the mechan out to block. They could give this thing a counter otherwise. Yeah. I need to get this ball rolling, so let's do it now. And no attacks. I'm not really trying to raise them. I might actually kill them with the Dragon Spark reactors without even dealing that much combat damage. But that's a slow way to deal with the situation. Yeah, the chapter 1 is so good here, giving you all the time you need here. Actually, I should put yeah, I mean, I should actually put a main phase stop here. What's this? That's something very annoying. Jeez. I'm happy I have my jump blocker. Random +4/+4. I didn't expect that, but of course. Okay, and they bounce my blocker and they win the game. I have the same card in my deck. Sure. That's very fair. Oh, and yeah, well, don't the Eikanju exemplar doesn't pump that. So they had +4/+4. Well, to be fair, +3/+3 was enough, but there's no +3 power pump effect in white, other than this kind of stuff. And then they had also the bounce too. Oh man. Well, I did miss my land drops quite a few times here, but truly annoying. Alright, so blue-white. I'm a little bit interested in the Kindle Fury. The problem with that card is that it doesn't actually contribute to my deck's plan. So they have these Eikanju exemplars. They have When We Were Young, good to know. I have a couple of counter spells which will be good here. I don't think I'm going to Spell Pierce. Although Spell Pierce will be good against this 4-mana saga. This is a 4-mana saga. 4-mana trick. Okay, I'm sold. Let's play the Spell Pierce. And then I have to, of course, cut something. What's it gonna be? Might even be the Skyswimmer Koi. 3-mana. Yeah, they have flyers. Okay, I'm gonna cut that. I don't wanna cut any cheap stuff I have here. Don't think there are a lot of artifacts there. No, they are mostly enchantment based. So I have options to play something like get a surprise blocker with this thing. It's just too clumsy. I don't think I want to cut anything here. I will use this deck now and see how it goes. But man, they did have to have the combination of, but they were able to put me down to so low life total because of the me being stuck at low land count. But now this is quite nice. I actually, blue and white, is there gonna be a creature? I will have the Spell Pierce here. And yeah, they might have a 2-mana saga now, but I'd rather just play this guy now, and then I can play the reality chip. Okay, that needs to die, right? Yeah, it needs to die. I mean, not necessarily, but I don't want to take any risks here. Do I want to? I don't actually want to offer the trade with my only creature. I might want to reconfigure the reality chip on this Song Shaper, which means that I'll just kill it right away. And then I play the chip here for the pump effect, and then do that. I draw a mountain here. That I cannot cast. Well, I'll just attack with the Song Shaper, and if it survives, this can also attack. Important for ninjas, right? I think if they try to kill it, I might have to. I mean, I want to kill the. I know I could have spell pierced that, but I want to just counter their 4 mana sagas, which I know exist. I can keep the spell pierce up quite nicely here now. And next turn I can play my other 4 mana drop and keep the spell pierce still up. I do hope this won't be completely useless here. Opponent has a little bit different start here in this game. Now that can happen. And you can't cast this before this is attached to a creature. I have the threat of activation up here, so I don't even telegraph my spell pierce now because I will always have priority because of this ability, and here is the reason I sideboarded this thing in. Don't wanna see that. Now there's a land on my on top of my deck, which means I will be just reconfiguring this guy here so that I can play the land. That land I cannot play. I can just play this guy and attack. I wanted to play this just in case I have to use this ability to make it to a 5/5 without sacrificing the reality chip, because I don't want to sacrifice that. So now the chip is a real problem for them. I even have mana to the enchant what permanent? The scrapyard thing. Yeah, I can move the chip around. Yeah, definitely not going to block that. Plus, I don't have to move the chip around. It's enough that it's on some creature there. Man, it's even better. Now that there's a pacifism, I can just keep it here forever. Unless I need the 4/4, of course. Wow. Well, I played the land. I should play this thing just to see what else I'm gonna draw there. A 7-drop. That cannot be channeled from the top of the library. I will tap a land here. No, that taps only creatures. That's a different card. This can't crew vehicles, but I don't care. I can easily erase here, of course. Land has been played. Yeah, decoy. That can happen, yes. Not necessarily wanting to offer the trade when they have the mana for it. Oh, let's play this first. Now this chip is really, if you have played with Future Sight in Limited, that is really crazy good stuff, of course. Of course now I can't cast this, but I do have now the counterspell up, unless they pay 3 extra. So let's do this attack then. They can play 4 mana cards without me being able to counter them. Okay. I make them use their cards. Yep, that is sadly going to work here. But I can just exile what 3 top 2 cards. I can play those. Yeah, it's kind of redundant with the reality chip, but I think I don't need the treasure tokens unless I want to. They get lifelink, by the way, but oh well. That's 8 life for them. Really good. The treasure tokens are almost better because then I can play my 7 drop and still keep my future sight there. Actually, I take the treasure tokens here now because I have the reality chip here. And I want to play the 7 drop and anything I might draw here. It's always possible to get, you know, multiple spells in one round, so the mana I could need a lot of mana here. And if I exile the top 2 cards, only these 2 mountains would have gone to exile, so it wouldn't have actually even mattered. Okay, well, I did hit a big amount of lands there, but yeah, let's play this. I might even take the 2 damage. They didn't have the counter spell. Because I am interested in attacking for 5 here. And I don't necessarily want to give them the card from the effect, so let's do this. I mean, I'm at 11. I can take 2 damage. Unless, and now they don't have the ability to get something crazy good. They have their own crap now. They can attack for 2. Okay, battery. Mindlink. Okay, this is actually quite good because it's gonna get haste from the battery, I think. Just figure out my lands here. Yeah, this is best. Voltage search. Now they don't have mana for the decoy, so I should just play this. Yep, that's future sight doing its thing. I just have to be careful that I don't deck out, but I'm not decking out currently. I'm still gonna play this with those treasures, because I haven't played a land from the top of my deck yet. Now I have. Okay, so that was a nice turn. I played around 1,000,000 things there. Then... Oh, I maybe should have done something a little bit different there, but too late. Anyway, I can do... when this becomes crude for the first time, becomes a copy of target knowledge and creator that crude it, except it's a 4/3, so I can make it a hasty guy, right? I think I might have had some better things there, but... then I want to crew this thing with this thing. Then I want to reconfigure the song shaper. To make it 7/3, and then I can attack with everything. They actually have to block because this is 13 damage and they have to trade with the song shaper. Yes. Now they need the exile everything effect. Did I have a win there if I would put... yes, if I would put on the cover technician, I would have won there. I didn't need to make it a 7 power guy. Yeah, like I said, I didn't play the turn optimally because there was so much stuff going on. I was so much ahead. But if I did some actually quite simple combat math and realized that if I give this haste with the rapid battery, that's gonna be lethal damage no matter who they block. Because I would have had the 6 power, you know, song shaper, and this would have been a 3 power attacker. So no matter how they block, if they still block the 6 power guy because that's the biggest one, they take 3 here and they add -1. So I messed up, but This time it didn't matter. I guess if it was a closer, I would have done the math a little bit. For me, it was now enough that they have to trade. But there was a chance they draw a 6-mana Wrath effect, which is in the format. And then it would have been quite miserable. Now, that was a really different... I think I still like the Spell Pierce because they have so many of these expensive non-creatures. So I will keep having it in my deck. Explosive entry still didn't see... I mean, I guess the Mirror Cell crap is something I can kill for 5 mana using that. Not worth it. Do I want to have something like a switch up Planar Incision? Yeah, probably not. I like the deck as it is. Okay, don't do it to me, deck. I'm gonna keep this. Opponent kept 7-2. I could spell Pierce there early, some kind of saga. But yep, that is exactly the card I didn't need here. Now that can happen. Okay, land was good. I can actually block this thing unless they have the Eiganjo Exemplar. No. That also works. I wish I could have spell pierced that, but I don't think there was a way for me to not play the 1-3 there. There was no guarantee they're gonna play non-creatures on turn 3, but they did. Okay, so now I have a counter spell up and a thirst for knowledge up. This is gonna get +3/+3. I don't have any active. I can tap down this guy for the disruption protocol, but that doesn't actually matter. Because I need more blue to be able to use both counter spells, plus it's quite unlikely I need them both. Alright, so I just attack. And I'm gonna counter whatever they're gonna have here. With the protocol, if nothing else. If they can play 2/2 drops, that's good. Alright. That's enough. Any artifact and enchantment also makes the Michiko larger. But I go to 14 now. They go to 25, which I don't consider that problematic because I have very strong late game. If I just get to stabilize, especially with 2 Behold the Unspeakables, it's gonna be pretty good. Alright, so now this no longer will pump, it will be a 2/2, so I'm gonna leave this as a blocker. And I can even throw away the Spell Pierce on the Thirst for Knowledge if I don't draw a actual card. Assuming, I mean, I don't need to use the Spell Pierce on something right now. That can tap my guy. So I'm gonna take 4 after all. But the next turn, Behold, the Unspeakable will give... It doesn't give this -0, -2, -0, because it won't be a creature when the ability resolves. Oh, this is... Yeah, it doesn't have haste. I'm not sure if... Because I have, you know, the 1 mana burn spells, but I'm gonna see what they do post... I take the 2 here. I'm gonna see what they do post combat, because I could have, you know, drawn into one of the shock variants. Now I think I'll leave Spell Pierce up here. No shock variant, so that Song Shaper goes away, right? The mech is better. And now the question is... I do want to leave counter mana up, for sure. Although, yeah, no, this is the turn when I can play my Behold. Although, what is tempting is that the Behold the Unspeakable can be played on the next turn with Spell Pierce backup. Because what I can do now is play the Mechanaut, then the Mind Link mech, because this will be 1 mana cheaper. I will have blue up. Plus this can also, you know, tap for mana, but I'd rather use it for the crewing here. Yeah, I like the fact that I can do the behold thing on the next turn. So that I have a spell pierce up, just in case. Soon they have enough mana that the spell pierce won't be doing that much, but I mean, I'm not gonna run out of cards with the behold the unspeakables. I might even get to have a draw 4 here, although it's quite unlikely. It is. Okay, so let's see how this goes. They can give it indestructible, but I of course can block with the mind link mech here. They probably have the 2 guys get +2/+2, so I can only sacrifice 1 here. Because sadly they do have mana to play around spell pierce here. So am I gonna make them use it? Because it is quite annoying, plus if I take what 8 here, that would be quite sad. This becoming a copy of these guys doesn't matter. So I'm gonna lose the vehicle now, but they're gonna lose their 1 card. Plus they're gonna lose also. Yeah, let's do it maybe like this. I don't know if it makes sense, but well, let's do it like this, whatever. This requires crewing. I'd rather make them lose the thing that doesn't require crewing. And now they can't give indestructible to anyone. Okay, Dragon Spark Reactor will be quite good. And I don't think the Spell Pierce is... Well, let's first just... yeah, if I want to play the reactor... I don't actually have to play it now because I don't plan to play any artifacts. I'll just... I mean this turn. The reactor doesn't have to be on the battlefield now. And then I will simply... trade with the 2/2 if... do I want to attack with the 1/1 here? A 1/3 I mean. No attacks, it doesn't really make much sense. I can try to get the draw 4 from the other Unspeakable. Oh, they can mill me. Well, fine. This is going to put target... Yeah, this is not doing a whole lot. But yeah, the Spell Pierce is now quite nonsense because they have enough mana to not care about it. It also might be, you know, preventing me from doing the... It might prevent me from doing the, you know, the draw 4 thing, but I'm not sure if I want to even do that. Do I get decked out here? Oh, probably not. Probably not. Alright, Scry 2, draw 2. Yeah, that is bad. This is a lot better. And yeah, this is now going to be a big trampler. Alright, so let's start with dropping a land. This can add mana for an artifact, so I basically do have 7, 8 mana, which is not enough for everything. I do want to play the reactor before the trash pot. So how do I use 8 mana in a... Well, I don't use it that... I mean, don't I have any good way? I could use the Behold the Malthus Unspeakable here. Yeah, I don't think this matters too much actually. Maybe I'll just play the trash pot anyway. I mean, but with the 5 mana card here. Okay, let's miss one trigger from this thing. I think this is what I want to do here anyway. Just optimal use of mana. This can't attack, and this can be blocked by the 4 power guy, so they need to draw something pretty good here. And yeah, I do understand I don't get the draw 4, but it's not really necessary either. Yeah, I have these big flyers now. I shouldn't play too many of my lands. Okay, double reactor. This shouldn't be too problematic now. Shouldn't be too problematic. Yeah. 6/6 flyer. I don't get to draw any cards this turn, so I should attack first. How about the 4/4 here? No. No reason. I want to have, reasonable amount of blockers. Plus this can't attack. For some reason I always think they actually have suspend. Yeah, no attacks. Whatever. So I'm gonna play now the reactors. Maybe this gives me mana because I will play the reactor into Azuzi. Oh, I don't have the mana for that because that requires too much red mana. Well, I guess I'm gonna do the technician then. And maybe the spell pierce is relevant. I don't think so, but yeah, these become a lot smaller now, but I can live with that. Now the opponent is top decking, of course, so I'm not too concerned. They have to have something pretty darn good. And yeah, they can use the Raider Sentinel to put stuff on the bottom of their library. As long as they don't have shuffle effects, it doesn't matter, because this won't be coming down to them decking out. So I will have a lot of flyers, well, 3 flyers actually. And I have good blocks on the ground. And I do need to maybe... Oh, why would they... Wait a second. They put something on bottom of my library. Why would they... Did they want to use their own hoverback and they accidentally used my... Yeah, because I think the prompt shows my graveyard first. And they intended to put their own hoverback there. I can't take damage from... Oh, actually, I was a bit wrong because they can make the trash pot much worse that way. So can they... Yeah, I can... In that case, I actually will block with the trash pot. They can put 2 cards on both of my... I think they just want to draw a card here. That's most likely scenario. But yeah, it makes sense if they put artifacts and enchantments away. It makes this guy hit fewer. But yeah, this is the card that could grow out of control, so maybe I need to use the Voltage Surge on that. Hopefully they play something I can get with the Spell Pierce now, because they have a mana sink now. It might be relevant. Oh man, I never expected to get this late in the game when they have 7 mana. Jeez, that was insane. That was insane. So now I can attack with the 3/3 flyer here. And the 3/4 here too. Because then I, of course, if they double block, I get to, you know, kill them because I have an onboard tricks with the Dragon Spark reactors, so that's the... I guess I could have attacked with the 2/4, but I wanted to leave some number of blockers here anyway. Now I have the surge still up here. And also the reactors, because the automated artificer can tap for mana, so I do have 4 mana here. I definitely don't want to play my cards here, because they make the unspeakables smaller, of course. I mean, by cards I mean unnecessary land drops. Of course I will play good cards. So currently these will attack as a 3/3. They can do that. That only works with aura spells, yep. Okay, let's attack for 10 in the air, I guess. Yeah, I need to leave these things just in case as blockers here. I think the clock I have is good enough. And again, I will play this because that will also trigger the reactors, plus it's just another big thing that they actually have maybe trouble dealing with. Because I can sacrifice a lot of artifacts to make it bigger, but I don't think that will be necessary. Next turn I think I am close to winning if I attack with everything, but they have that guy, that's surely fine. They need some flyers here, of course. Yeah, the late game power of this deck is pretty insane. So if I attack with the flyers, they go to 9, and with the reactors it's not quite enough because I didn't draw an artifact. I can force them to make some blocks here, but they have so many creatures it doesn't even make sense. It's just safer too. Now, unless I can, I mean, if I attack with everything, maybe there's like a win in that case if they don't have anything, but they do have blocks on all of my guys. I have a surge in here, and these deal damage to player and creatures, of course. That's true. That is true. Ah, I could kill the sentinel, the portrait. But if something goes wrong, that's horrible. I think this might just be the... I mean, I will probably still have very much trouble against the... If they have, you know, the 6 mana exile everything effect, because it will exile those reactors as well. And I can only, you know, make them go to 2 now with the reactors. They didn't even bother with the Raider Sentinel. Okay, they gain life. They have 1 card in hand. Yep. Alright, Visions of the Unspeakable. That is a really good card. Okay, get to play first, and that's a good hand. I don't have the second blue for this thing, but maybe I will draw it at some point. I will tap out on this on the next turn, so maybe I'll just get rid of this now before it starts attacking for 2 or something like that, if they have the Eiganjo Samurai thing. Okay, I got some reactors going on if they can't deal with him, it's gonna be quite nice. I know I could have left the 3-mana counter up, but I really want these to be on the battlefield now. I get to dealt 2 damage and subduer. Okay. Can attack alone, tap this. Well, I'm still going to do it. Okay, I'm gonna kill that with the reactor. I'm not gonna be, you know, greedy and do something like a... Oh, I got value from this thing now. Oh, that's good. And, you know, try to make them like crazy big amount of counters, because it's important to kill the subduer now. Because I can do it fairly easily. The one thing I'm thinking about here is that I have the counter spell, which I might... I mean, I don't have to, of course, use these reactors right now. I will, because of the mirror cell crap, can indeed counter something. Maybe I want to do that. I would take 4 damage here and go down to 10. I'd rather counter a spell there, actually. Yeah. And if they don't play anything, then I can end of turn, you know, use a reactor here. That I don't wanna see. This is also something I can put on the battlefield with the cover technician, unless they make the jump block, but I don't think that's too bad either. Let's attack with both. They will get their 2-4, which I also can kill with the reactors. Okay. No, nothing like that. What kind of pump spells there are? I will learn about it. I think it's pretty safe to let them first commit to an attack, because it doesn't matter how, I mean, if they attack only with the subduer, then I can kill it. If I kill it on my turn, then they can still attack with the decoy, because I'm not gonna block it. Funnily, I haven't drawn the second blue yet, but this is 9 damage I can deal to them. So let's start with this. Don't want to face that guy. Going to 7 is... Okay, they have a banishing light. Well, they had... whatever. It was still a 1-for-1. And this is a very good card, of course. Problem, of course, is that they have another flyer, but at least I do have my mind link mech here. Yeah. Banishing slash. Well, I don't have an attack against the 2-4. I will be able to raise them with the 4-3 flyer, unless... Oh, they... Did they have to have something? Yes, they did. I mean, there's like a very small chance they missed out the interaction here, but... That's very, very, very small chance. I guess they're down to 1 card after they deal with the Song Shaper here. Yeah. Protocol, very good card here. And they even got the Vigilance guy from that thing. Papercraft decoy. That's rather annoying here. I guess if they double block, I can go for the Voltage Surge here. I could also sacrifice the artificer to deal with the moth, but let's see if they go for the double block. They do get the card here still. But I mean, I have to try something here. Double strike ninja. Yeah, they have a double strike ninja there. Now they can use this before anything whatsoever. Now I need a second blue immediately. Freaking. Because now they can have a... They just win now. They just win. They give this... Imagine if I did draw it. I mean, I wasn't gonna win here immediately, but at least I could have, you know, left a 2-4 to block the Blizzard Kitchen. I could have countered this freaking thing, but it just was impossible to... I guess I drew only 5 lands in the game, but still 4 of them were mountains now. So I could have attacked with the 1-3 and the 2-2, make them go to 8, have this to block and trade with this if they attack with it, counter this thing. That would have been a solid game plan here. Although I could have hit a pocket of lands here, of course. Also, I could have hit a pocket of card draw spells. So they had Banishing Slash and then the Wanderer's Intervention. And then the bounce spell, I mean the ninja here. Well, they had it. They had all that stuff. Now I need to just do what? What card I do want to have here? I don't know if I need any of these. And if anything here is bad, because I do like all the cards in my deck here. Yep. Let's use the same deck now, I think. Okay. Well, now I have a good curve out here for sure. I will take the 2 and leave the counter mana up. And well, then I can play the hover bike. I can search that thing though. Ooh, but this is still better. Then I bounce that guy and wait a minute, cancel that. Actually, this has to return an artifact. Yeah, I let it resolve. I have this kind of idea here now. Because I actually... Oh. I want to draw a card rather than return the Mirror Soul crap. So if I use the channel, it's gonna be in my graveyard, which I have to return with this thing. But maybe I was supposed to bounce the Subduer. No, it doesn't matter. I can bounce this. Because they don't have the 2 mana there. That's why. Another Subduer, okay. So now I get to draw a card. And then I can play this thing. Start the race. And I probably will counter their spells, but let's see what it is gonna be. I'm gonna get a 3/3 flyer here. That's annoying enough. Okay, Thirst. So I'm gonna play the Thirst so they can't play 3 mana spells on the next turn, if they happen to have one. Yeah, until my next turn. So I'll play this. I have an island I can discard and then one of the 3 cards if I don't draw an artifact. Well, I have to discard an artifact anyway, so now it's just a matter of which of these is the least useful one. I do like the chip quite a bit too, but I guess I can play both the... Yeah, I can play the Mechanaut and the chip. So maybe the Technician... I mean, the 2/4 stat line is actually quite decent here. But the chip is so good. And I like the 2/2 flyer, so Technician goes away. That actually makes them unable to play 3 and 2 mana spells. Sadly, actually I'm gonna offer the trade here. So let's disconnect that thing and I will attack for 6 and they don't have 2 mana for the decoy now. So be my guest and block. I'm gonna draw a land. They can still attack for 3, tapping the chip here, and then I won't be, blocking with my flyer here. $12 is still okay, plus I do have the reactor here. Hopefully they don't have the... At least the exile thing doesn't now give them a 2/2 samurai. Okay, do they have multiple of those ninjas? Look at these, they have at least 2 of these. That's only 1 extra damage, but still. Jeez. So land on top of deck, which means I will definitely put this thing on someone. And then that means I don't have actually mana for this. Can they give it +4/+4? I don't think they can. Yeah, because it was a tapped land, that means I can't, actually kill this guy. And this is a ninja, so it doesn't work with the Imperial Subduer. Wow. Because I could leave the Living Breakthrough to actually block and try to trade with it, but if they have a pump spell. No, I think I have to just deal. I mean, I do have the Dragon Spark reactor here, but I'm taking here 4 damage. I could, unequip this, but that's probably not what I want to do. It's only a jump block, so yeah. Man, these double strikers they are rough things. I thought I was winning the game. Suddenly I'm not. Of course I also, despite this thing, I got a bunch of lands there, but I'm not winning. Well, I'm close to winning on the next turn actually. Any artifact will give me a 6th counter and then 6 damage will be enough. Invoke Justice. I just said they are not gonna have +4/+4. They played a rare that allows them to have a +4/+4 on that thing. My theme of losing to rares seems to continue here. I wasn't supposed to play around that rare. Definitely not. When I hadn't seen it before. At least it was a game 2, and I had lost the game 1, so even if I won that game, I would have needed to be on the draw in the game 3, but that was really annoying that they happened to have the specific rare in that set that gives the +4/+4 actually. Right. Of course they could have had like 2 pump spells too, but this is nice hand. This is a nice hand. I can play my cards at least. No, I can have to play this on turn 2, but wonder if I'm gonna play the. I think it's gonna be the mech now. Oh, that's annoying. That's so annoying. It has death touch. Oof. Oh, I have to trade with the mech. I know I can sacrifice the Song Saber to kill this, but it's still. I am not willing to do that. That 2-drop is really good against my deck. So I have to just. This is horrible. I can't even attack with this thing. But I can't. I mean, if I don't do anything, I'm gonna lose this to the counter there. Okay. Well, I will try to trade. If they have like a removal spell, yeah, they can still get a 2-for-1 here. All they need is a removal spell on the mech, and they get to eat the Song Saber for free. I don't know if I mean, the only other option was to play the covered technician. Then I, could double block. No, but if they have a removal, I would still be in a bad shape. Yep. Well, let's see. At least I maybe get to block with it, or if they have a deal 3 damage thing. Well then, if they deal 3 damage to this thing, they kill this and then they kill the Song Saber. At least they will have just a 1/3. Yeah. That works too. At least they have only 1/3 and they only trade with the Song Saber, but wow, that was disgusting. Do I want to actually kill that thing? I think I do. It's quite annoying giving haste to anything. But yeah, okay. Give me a break. Give me a break. What is it with these rares all the time? Alright, well, I didn't even block the 1/3 because yeah, I'm tilted. All they need is one more pump spell or kill spell, because now I have a double block on the right, so still they can't kill both of these. So they don't have an attack currently, but if they have a pump spell or a removal spell to make it a 2-for-1 Kilemma board, have this as a 5/5. That's enough for me. This is such an amazing 4-drop. I mean, if nothing else, it is a it is a 4-mana 4/4 haste, which in limited would be great. And this does so much beyond that. For example, it keeps growing, and then it can also target other creatures and also just can hurt the opponent. Okay, so they don't at least have an attack now. So I can play the coin now. As long as they don't have a good attack, I can still, turn the game here. But this was a rough start with the tech wrecker and the way to get value from it, even though I had the block on it. And then the Raiju here. This makes me loot. Yep. This is gonna give the opponent a good late game advantage, so I have to still kind of either find my own card draw spells or... Okay, they have that. They can put there a counter, it's a 6/6. They still can't kill, multiples of these, so I guess they can start putting that on other creatures. Okay, that is good. Let's loot here still. I don't think I'm gonna loot now, because I want to have my artifacts around. Yeah, because I need to grow this thing. This is actually an answer to the Thundering Raiju. Not an... I mean, I can't actually even attack now. I guess I can sacrifice, because they're gonna make this into a 6/6 if I attack with the koi. Well, if the rapid battery equips the... how does it function here now? I guess it's too risky to attack. Should I equip someone? Probably I should. Yeah. This entire game, I'm looking at the opponent. Have they played any more than... Well, okay, 2 commons, then there are these quality uncommons and the rare. That can be used only once per turn. So what kill spells do they have now there? Seismic wave and there another rabbit. The opponent's deck is just insane. This is all uncommons. Well, 2 commons, yeah, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That 9 cards they have played, only 2 of them were uncommons. Okay, I do need a land for that. I don't really want to. I can't actually. I can't discard the Behold the Unspeakable. It's too good here. I mean, the point is, if I draw an island, I have to discard that. No, what the heck? I lost my koi. Plus, it's a May ability anyway. But I thought I still had the koi around. Well, obviously, I did not. Well... okay, I drew another double caster blue, which I can't cast, but I mean, if the game goes to the point where I actually could cast that stuff, that's gonna be helping me to win. But this is pretty tough given what the opponent is currently having. So they can start attacking with, they can give it a counter, then my cover technician has to. Yeah, that's what starts happening now that they have the rapid battery number 2 here. Exile a card, play that thing. I lose a card. Lose a card killing that thing, but I can't just take 5 damage. It's insane. I mean, I'm based on the cards I've seen here, I think I'm very much of an underdog in this match. Yep. This will be okay, but yeah, I can't lose the OFO blocker. But what I can do is I can use the Dragon Spark reactor to kill the rapid battery. I could kill it in response to an equip ability, it's only as a sorcery. But yeah, if they have a pump spell, I'm gonna lose anyway, so whatever. So I do need the blue mana source. Again, almost half the deck has been drawn and haven't got it. Okay, they also are stuck at 4, which is very bad for me, of course, because that means they are not running out of spells here. And they can of course just attack with the Raiju now. That's the problem. And it's gonna give a counter. I guess if they want to do the tempered, they can still give it to Yukai Train. Yeah. I don't think the one bounce spell is going to help here enough, because I take a lot of damage here. This has Bushido, so I can't even block it. And I can't actually kill any of the guys. Yeah. That's. I mean, I take so much damage here now. I don't even bother with this. I do have the means to. Do I need to use the Kindled Fury as some kind of a way to winds up weird combat, or something like a switch up? It will make a lot of my creatures quite. I think I'm gonna use the switch up against the green deck. It might be useful. And then don't think anything else is necessary. Don't think. And I'm gonna cut like a. Maybe the counter spell. Let's cut the counter spell. Well, with the thirst I can easily keep this hand. Just don't have the Kappa thing again. That's just a rude card to play against with this kind of a deck. Okay, that's less troublesome. Okay, a lot of lands. I guess I'm gonna discard 2 lands to this spell I'm having here. Wow, I actually kept 5 lands and drew 2 right away. Sure. Yeah, I mean more good uncommons. Yeah, what a matchup. Just sick. This is sick. Now, of course they have that thing too. Why wouldn't they use all the mana? Okay. Decline that. Discard these. Now I can play maybe 2 mountains instead. Yep. So I can play this now, then the Unspeakable on turn 5. I could have actually played the tapped land now by using mana from this thing, but I guess I can now threaten to make this into a 5-5, so it's not totally useless. So I'm only taking 5 damage from a 5-5. So they are attacking with the 5-5 on turn 4. And just they are attacking with it, not playing in a 5-5. It's gonna be a 6-6 if I block, so yeah, let's take the damage, and at least I can give it -2, -0 now. Yep. Now, okay, this is another high quality uncommon. Look at their deck. It has like... It has more uncommons than commons, it seems like. Wow. I can't even raise them. I just can't raise them. Can I draw my bounce spell on this thing? Oh man. They even reconfigure it. Just 7 damage casually. Wow. Well, I guess if I get my bounce thing, it's not even that amazing because they have these. They have the, you know, they still have the reconfigure stuff which will become creatures, and the other one gives haste, and yeah, I don't understand this. This is just horrible. I have like no chance here. It has even trample. It has trample, so I can play a 2 power guy. It's not no. I need, even if they don't have a land, this Bushido is gonna make it 9 toughness. If they have a land, it's 10 toughness. Well, I have only, as you can see, 6 here. Yeah, the opponent's deck was just insane. Just literally insane. Well, this has been a very bad set of drafts now. My previous 2 ones and now this all just, I mean, I'm gonna lose a lot of gems in these drafts. But what can I do? The super annoying one in this event was the opponent having, at least this opponent didn't, no, I was almost saying that they didn't have a rare here. Of course they did. They had the Thundering Raiju. But the second round opponent having the 4+1/+1 counters with the white rare, when I specifically played in a way that probably they can't give it +4 power. But yep, that's enough being negative. Next draft will be a premier draft, so I will see you then. Thank you for watching and bye bye.